Did you know this prickly little leaf can give you caffeine kick? And if this works, I might never buy tea again. Alright, welcome back to the Taste of Outdoors, and I'm your host, Adult Darvish. Today we are going old school, bushcraft style, collecting some holly leaves. Yes, these Christmassy ones. And we're gonna make some caffeinated tea humans have been drinking for centuries. Okay, where do you find holly leaves? Holly loves shady patches. You can find them at the edge of forests or any edge of clearings. There it is. This is the Yaupon Holly leaves that people use to brew some caffeinated tea. One of the many lesser known facts about holly is that they are the only source of caffeine that grows in Texas. Not just caffeine, they are filled with antioxidants which are good for you. Alright, I'm going to be harvesting only the mature leaves, leaving the plant healthy. Okay, so I think this much should be more than enough for me. Alright, one word of caution, you don't want to eat these berries, otherwise you're going to throw up real bad. Alright, let's take this piece home and start processing it. Alright, so there's a couple different ways that you can prepare the tea, but all of them require you to at least dry them or roast the leaves. But for now, I'm going to leave this hanging in my garage and let them air dry. And once they're air dry, I'm going to roast them and we'll drink it together. But when you're trying to dry the leaves, make sure you have something sitting on the bottom to collect the leaves, because as they keep drying, they're going to fall off the branches. So we're going to leave this here to dry, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, it's been about a month since I've put this branch up for drying in my garage. I've been busy with work, so I couldn't get to it. And this is that branch completely dried off. I don't know if you guys can hear, I'm sure, how crunchy and dry the leaves are. Yeah, super dry. But for comparison, I harvested a fresh branch this morning that I'm gonna dry, just to show you guys how different they look. The leaves don't look as much different, but the berry, as you can see, is extremely dark on the dried one, but pretty red and Christmassy on the fresh one. Alright, I think I want to do a little bit of experimentation here. I'm feeling a little creative right now. So typically the way this tea is brewed is you dry the leaves and then you roast it at 400 degrees for about 4 or 5 minutes, or until these leaves are nice and golden, and then you brew it, drink the tea. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it 3 ways. I'm going to take this fresh holly branch and I'm going to roast it hot and fast in the oven for about 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to brew that and taste it. The second way I'm going to do it is take this dried holly leaves and brew it without roasting it. Maybe there's a difference. Then again, I'm going to take these holly leaves, roast it at 400 for about 4 or 5 minutes, the traditional way, and brew it and taste it. And I want to see if there's any difference of flavor in those 3 separate preparations. The first thing I'm going to do is take this fresh holly branch, pluck the leaves, put them on a parchment paper in the oven at 400, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, while my first experiment is baking away in the oven, let's start on the second one. I'm going to take a few of these dried leaves and directly brew them and taste it. Alright, now I'm going to take a few of these, put them in my cup, put boiling water in it, wait for 5 to 7 minutes or until the color changes. Okay, while my experiment number 2 is brewing, these look about done. It took about 12 minutes at 350 for my experiment number 1, the fresh ones, to turn nice and golden. Take a look at this. And you can already hear how dry and crunchy they are. You see that? I'm going to transfer these into a bowl. And while the oven is still hot, I'm going to start running experiment number 3, which is taking these dry ones and roasting them. I'm going to start with 400 for about 4 minutes. Make sure there's no berries in the tray. A few more. You want a lot of airflow in the leaves, so try not to overlap them in this sheet. Okay, now it's time to brew experiment number 1, which is fresh off the branch roasted. Now I'm going to take a bunch of leaves, maybe crush them a little bit, put them in my cup, pour water, let it sit for about 10 minutes. Okay, so I've got experiment number 1 and 2 brewing over there, and the third one is in the oven. Should be done in about a minute or so. But can you smell it? It smells sweet. There's like a sweetness in the air. You can smell that roasty flavor. It's kind of like Christmassy, no? We're a month too late, but still good. So the reason you roast this is because there's like enzymes in these leaves, and those enzymes, when you air dry them, naturally break down. The cell walls naturally break down And when you roast them, the maximum amount of caffeine is extracted from them. So when you do that, you kind of get a sweet smell and maybe a little bit of sweet flavor to it as well. But the maximum amount of caffeine is extracted when you dry them first and then roast them. These look about done. I'm going to take them out now. Ah, the nice smoky sweetness. Okay, now I'm going to take these, follow the same process, put it in a cup, let them brew. All right, it's all brewed and ready, and now it's time for a taste test. I know the color is a little bit displeasing and it looks a little bit off, and I also know what you're thinking, but that's not it. Anyway, to recap, this is the dried up version without the roast. This one is the fresh branch with the roast, and this one is dried and roasted. So the first one, you can tell by difference in color, doesn't have much color. Let's taste this. Might just taste like flavored water. And one thing that my wife mentioned, which I totally agree upon, is it smells more like henna. I don't know if you guys know henna, mehendi, but this smells about 90% like henna to me. Yep, I'm not a fan of henna. It's a little bitter. Not really, no. It's more the smell than the taste. You know, it's not bad. I keep getting that henna taste. I know it's in my head, but it's not bad. You can drink it. Not bad at all. Just very mild. I wouldn't call that tea. It's just flavored water. But the second one, which is the fresh branch roasted. It smells a little sweet. I know this flavor. Hold on. I want you to taste it. I know this flavor. It's not bad. It's good. I would call that tea, but that flavor, it's good. It definitely is the darkest in color.
Jujube tea.
Oh, there you go. We have a bunch of jujubes that we brew tea with, and that tastes exactly like a jujube tea.
That's good.
It's really good. Really good. Okay. Do you taste that sweetness? Hint of sweetness. Like I said, the best way to do it is dry and roasted. Roasting is the most important aspect of it. This one is dried and roasted. So I'm hoping this one would be the best. Smells pretty much the same as the second one. Oh. This is good. It's very similar to this one, but more potent. Taste that. All right, give it back.
It's more balanced. Give it back. I like it. It's very comforting.
It's good. This has the most amount of caffeine in it. Overall, I actually enjoyed it a lot. This one is a bit weird. I wouldn't try just brewing the ones that are not roasted. Both of these that are roasted fresh, which is like a bushcraft style, just pluck it off the branch, roast it right away in an hour or so and taste it. But this one here with a little bit of honey or whatever is your jam, man, this can be a really addicting tea, because I love teas. I drink teas a lot. Definitely going for drying and roasting. Now I left it in there for I think about 45 days. You can just do it for 2 weeks. It all depends on the temperature, on the climate, how moist it is, how hot it is. If you're living in a colder climate, you gotta leave it longer, but it has to be indoors, not in direct sunlight. I love doing stuff like this, going out, foraging, tasting them, experimenting and all of that. But I have to say, most of the information about foraging that I get is from Dr. Mark's foragingtexas.com. Make sure you guys check it out. I'll put the link in the description. That guy is a wealth of knowledge. But that's about it for this fun and experimental video. I enjoyed it a lot. Hope you guys did too. For all the foragers out there, if there's anything you guys want me to try, let me know and I'll test them and I'll put a video on it. But for now, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.